Hey guys, welcome back to another E-Girl in Crisis. Today I'm going to actually kind of just ramble about Resident Evil. Not really going to go into too much. It's going to be kind of all over the place. But it's fine. It's a ramble. It's like an Irish story. Has no real beginning, no real end, no real middle, but it's a good story. So, I have seen all over lots of stuff for Village, which unfortunately I have yet to play it yet, and honestly it's gonna wait because I did order and I'm picking up the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which I don't know how many of you are particularly into Mass Effect, but if you are, let me know in your thoughts if you want to see something on the Legendary Edition or not. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty standard to the original game. Maybe slight variations due to graphic updates and stuff, but anyway, we're not talking about Mass Effect. We're talking about Resident Evil. So, I remember, and this has stuck with me into my adult years, playing, I think it was PlayStation 2 or 1. It was the second game where you were in the police station and you hear the noise, and there goes the luscious liquor dropping from the ceiling. Now, kind of got hooked. I feel like people were either Silent Hill or Resident Evil gamers when I was growing up. It was kind of a little thing like, well, this is better for this reason. Now, while I played both, I will admit Resident Evil was my go-to out of like horror game genre. Hands down would be Resident Evil. It's just, and it's a series that you can pick back up and play and enjoy and get spooked out and creeped out over and over again. There were some I wasn't a big fan of. The one with the giraffe on the cover. I know it's not a giraffe, but it looks like a giraffe. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know. Look it up. But I wasn't a fan of that one. Like I said, I'm excited for Village. I want to play Village. But as excited as I am, I'm also a bit apprehensive, I guess would be the best way to describe what I'm feeling towards the Village. Like, we all love the 9'6" goddess vampire who's the villain, obviously. But as much as we love her, that's the problem. Is she going to be a villain that you love for, you know, her gorgeousness, or is she going to be a villain that you initially love and that does not stand up well as time goes on and the game loses its playability once you've played it more than like once or twice? Because sometimes villains will do that to games. Either way, as of right now, I'm excited to get my hands on Village at some point and play and see what's really good with it, what's not. Again, if any of you have played, we know, comment section, is it worth the investment or not? Like I said, I've played all the other ones. I mean, I remember playing them on the original consoles. I actually still have a GameCube somewhere in my life, and I know I have a PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 still, but I remember Resident Evil on the GameCube as well. And can we talk about, I almost became a Jill sandwich? I don't know why. That line, to this day, sticks with me as something hilarious. I mean, I get that it's maybe not that funny, but I think it is. So, you know, it's kind of where my humor is. Doesn't help that, you know, I grew up with all boys. I was the only girl. So my humor is a little off. And that's okay. It makes me interesting. Anyway. So, the Resident Evil franchise has spawned a bunch of movies. As we know, the ones with Mila Jovovich, now those, I'm gonna say I enjoyed the first two. I really did not enjoy number 3, and I think that's just a personal thing. And it felt like 4 and 5 could have been condensed into one movie, but they were both still good. I don't know. I saw them every time one was released. I would go to the theater and see them, and they usually came out around my birthday. So oftentimes for my birthday, friends and I, we would get together and we would go watch the new Resident Evil movies in theaters. I don't know, it was something nice to do, something fun, something I remember. Sorry, I have a wicked cold, and that is straight congestion that you hear. And I mean, I enjoyed Milla Jovovich as Alice and Ali Lauder as Claire Redfield. I enjoyed the franchise. It was good. It was fun. I don't know. I feel like they did deviate from the game, but I will say the liquors in there were impressive. And what I really enjoyed was the first time you fully see the liquor in Resident Evil. It's the first movie. First time you see one is in that freaking train depot, and that thing is dropping from the ceiling just like the police station scene in the game. And I like that they kept kind of that iconic type of shot for the movie. I mean, I think it makes sense that they have done that. I know from what I've read, hold on, it seems as though Netflix, I think it's Netflix, is the one producing the next Resident Evil movies, which let me know your thoughts on. How do you all feel about it? I'm pretty excited, but I'm also kind of leery because, I mean, with the exception of Mortal Kombat, which I loved, there really haven't been too many to do great things with, I guess, would be the words that I'm looking for on that. Again, I apologize. I'm congested. I'm a little foggy. Just bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. But, anyway. So, the village. We have some other character names. We know the daughters are there. You know, Redfields are involved as per usual. So I feel like somehow it always comes back to them. I feel like there's a lot of excitement around the village. I feel like there's been a lot of videos going up of people cosplaying the different characters. Hold on, I need some eyebrows. I don't really have any, so let me... So that's always cool, seeing that, you know, it's definitely got spark in the cosplay community already. It's already got some teeth behind it for that purpose, and love cosplay. I do cosplay. I'm all about it. I would like to see actually more of the daughters than of our 9'6" vampire queen, because she is beautiful, and I'm feeling like the daughters are just as pretty, but they're going unnoticed because of giant vampire lady, which again I get it. I don't know, I remember those games just being terrifying and sitting alone and playing them in the dark, and then being like, why am I like this? Why did I choose this as my answer to my problems? And for all of that, they still were a comfort game. Because I'm one of those people where once you play a game and you know it tends to become a comfort. It tends to become something you can come back to and you can play over and over. And the Resident Evil games were a comfort game for me. They were something that, while it's scary and has all these jump scares and you're always in constant terror, it's still a game that to me brought me a feeling of comfort, because even though it had all these things, you still kind of knew which way it was going to go. You still knew, no matter what, the ending's the same. The ending is always the same. Nothing changes. But that you could really enjoy your time while playing, knowing this, and find new things. Now, I'm wondering if the village has all the same type of puzzle shenanigans that some of the other ones had. Or like the little call outs. Again, we're back to, I was almost a Jill sandwich. If you remember which game that's from, let me know, because I don't remember which Resident Evil game, but I remember the quote clearly. Clearly, it's still in here swimming around. Yeah, I know. There we go. Oh yeah, don't worry. It's a half and half thing if you hadn't figured that out by now. Hoping you did. Hoping you didn't need that little explanation there. Like I said, this is just a ramble. This really has, it's a ramble. It's probably because I'm sick. Hold on, let me do this side. How did you all feel about Jill Valentine going dark side and being part of Umbrella there for a while? And that again was something that I did appreciate seeing across the game, platform, and the movies. Did like that they did that. I thought that was a good thing to bring in and kind of show just how evil Umbrella is and how powerful Umbrella is. I mean, there is a real life Umbrella Corporation. There is one. And I have said it to many people. I'm not going to say its name here. But there is a company out there that could definitely be considered the real life Umbrella Corporation. They have their hands in the same stuff as Umbrella. It's interesting. Again, I'm not going to say their name because I don't need to get, whatever about it. It's just something I kind of fell down to a rabbit hole about, because conspiracy theories are sometimes really interesting. I do like looking into them and seeing fact versus fiction. Like, how close are these to the actual truth? And how out the mind are you with some of them? Anyway. So I do like that they did Evil Jill. Still have to ask, because again, while I said, we're talking about everything kind of Resident Evil for this one, does anyone know whatever happened to, like, the little girl from the second movie? Like, did she get eaten? Is she alive somewhere? They never really explained what the hell happened to that child. I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. It really bothers me. So, if someone has the answer for Resident Evil 2, what happened to Angela Ashford, I would be really grateful to hear that, because I feel like she was in the second movie and was a pretty important piece in the second movie, and then she just, never seen or heard from again. We don't know if she was eaten. She just was, running around by herself. Also, complaint, what the fuck was with the name Kmart? Like, if I could rename myself anything after a zombie apocalypse, Kmart would not be my first choice. There's plenty of other better names out there, just saying. But who knows? To each their own. I definitely want to sit down and play The Village if it gets enough recommendations, if it gets enough love. I just don't want to fall into it like I did the one with the giraffe on the cover, because that one actually really was a big disappointment to me. I mean, I know other people who thought it was great, and hey, good for them. I'm not them. I mean, I did enjoy, like I said, in the movie, how it brought a lot of the game elements to it. I want to see what's going to happen with the Netflix adaptation now. If they're going to stay with that stuff. I mean, I've seen some of the stuff that they've shown. And much like the movie universe that was created for the original movie series, they seem to be running a lot off of pre-existing lore, not really adding to it, just kind of going with what's there, which is good, I think, personally. I think this look is almost done. I think I'm still sick, but no, so I want to know people's thoughts on The Village. I want to know if it's really actually worth investing in and playing, or if it's just good for super hot graphics with super hot mods. If you haven't seen any of the mods, look them up. They've already been leaked a bunch of places. Yeah. Figure out what I did yet here? Give you a hint. It's exactly what you think it is. It's called I'm a Mess. There we go. But yeah, so this is it for my Resident Evil ramble. Like I said, there wasn't really too much to cover with this in my mind. A Resident Evil game is a Resident Evil game is a Resident Evil game. While they all have different elements, and they're not all in Raccoon City, they all kind of have a tendency to lead towards the same things. Tell us over and over that Umbrella Corporation is evil, like most corporate America. Again, I still love them. I love the jump scares. I love the replayability. I love a lot of the characters. Like I said, I love the movie franchises that have come from these games. I'm really excited to kind of see, like I said, what Netflix is going to do with it next. I want more information about The Village. I want to know playability, if it's worth the investment. let me know. And I am sure I will be seeing you all later. Have a good night, good afternoon, good morning. I don't know when you're watching this, but bye.